9 and this is the day the Lord himself has made. We'll rejoice and be glad in it. No matter how upset you are and all, as long as there's life, I want to believe that there is hope, and there is hope for us as a people, hope for the country also. Welcome. I'll be taking a look at the front page headline shortly and joined by Rufai Oseni and Ejiro Mukoro, who will be the analyst for the first part. And aptly Christian parliamentarians will take over right after them, and then at about 10:30 we are going to have the DG of the National Films and Video Censors Board as our guest. We'll be looking at Nollywood and the fact that it has to be regulated one way or the other, and actually the film industry, you find out why, and a lot of things that it trended recently that they had banned smoking rituals and all that in our movies and so on. Somehow, was that exactly what it was? We'll find out when the DG, Dr. Shaibu Hussaini, will be our guest later on today. So I welcome you. We'll move on straight to the front pages. But before I take the one right in front of me, let's do this one about the national anthem. Even the Senate, they've moved on to do their own beat. And I'm looking at the reason, one of the major reasons that we have here, and the fact that they said it doesn't need to pass through any form of scrutiny, that people should come together to talk about it and all that. That's not very necessary. Just do the readings and so on. And if the president does assent to it, it will be the first time, as it is said here, that our national anthem will be having a legal backing. And going back to the old one, they said the reason for that is the fact that it is something that will engender unity in the country. It will give us a feeling of oneness and so on and so forth. Maybe later I'll just do a direct quote on what the major belief they have here. That the bill is in tandem with the spirit of unity. It will undoubtedly inspire a zeal for patriotism and cooperation. It will promote cultural heritage. Changing the national anthem will chart a path to greater unity. This according to Tahir. And the question is that the case? Anyhow, let's move on. The Guardian will start with the Guardian. Opposition, loyalists, bicker over Tinubu's performance outlook. And that's a major headline there, or one of the major ones. We have some other ones below the mass. Another strike looms as Labour rejects federal government's fresh 60,000 naira wage offer. Where is President Tinubu's renewed hope? There's an editorial. Where is President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda? An editorial from The Guardian. And 4,416 persons killed, 4,334 abducted under Tinubu report reveals. Kano royal crisis gets messier as courts issue conflicting orders. Go, don't go. Go, don't go. Stay, don't stay. That's how we are dizzy from the news coming out from Kano. 1 year of the Tinubu administration building a safer, stronger and prosperous Nigeria. That is a particular, I don't know, like an advert or something that you're going to see virtually in all the papers today. So when you see it, don't get surprised. It is more like maybe it's paid for or something, but you check it out. Opposition loyalists bicker over Tinubu's performance outlook. That one I talked about. Atiku, LP Caucus, others bemoan 1 year of economic hardship, despair. Economy experiencing growth, Finance Minister affirms. Afenifere leader Fashoranti lauds Tinubu on policy direction. All these are part of the bickering that is trailing that particular headline and the 1 year in office. Check it out. The Daily Times has 1 year of the Tinubu administration. That thing I told you about, more like a painful thing. Building a safer, stronger and prosperous Nigeria. And it has a breakdown of the sectors and some of the things done so far. So the major headline from the Daily Times will be suit against governors. Passan chairman faults FG for excluding legislative financial autonomy. And Passan will be what now? That will be the chairman, Parliamentary Staff Association of Nigeria. That is Passan. Let's move over to the Nation. Nation newspaper has 1 year of the Tinubu administration, that same thing I talked about, so you can read it. You can't miss it. Virtually all the papers have it, so pick it up and read what they have written there. Now for their major headlines: nation's economy growing, says Edun. 75 million to get cash transfers. Oyetola, we have raised marine revenue by 92%. You know the blue economy thing? Yeah, it's been working from what he said here. That's good news. Ondo APC primary, my respect for Tinubu absolute, says Jimo. Emir crisis, conflicting orders of courts in Kano. Now, about the nation's economy growing, as said by the minister himself, Edo, that Nigeria's economy has grown by 3% in the first quarter of this year. And that's according to the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edu. He said this while he was giving his own briefing, his own scorecard and all that, or his own report. He said the growth rate surpassed both the population growth rate of 2.4% and last year's gross domestic product GDP growth rate of 2.31%. And he spoke on the prospect of consistent economic growth and increased government revenues during the ministerial scorecard presentation in Abuja. He actually attributed the growth to the effective policies and strategies initiated by the Tinubu administration. He also talked about the importance of agriculture in driving economic progress and reducing inflation, so on and so forth. Now for the Emir crisis, conflicting orders of courts in Kano, we have two courts of concurrent jurisdiction at play here. Yesterday, they gave conflicting orders involving the Emir of Kano, Sanusi Muhammadu Sanusi II. The first order by the Federal High Court ordered his eviction from the palace. The second order by a state high court restrained security agencies from evicting him or seizing his symbol of authority. That's how it has been going back and forth. Now, Labour rejects government's 100% minimum wage increase. That is from 30 to 60,000 naira. And this is the third time the tripartite committee on new minimum wage has failed to reach an agreement. And they actually resumed talks yesterday, but organized Labour rejected it outright. And that fresh proposal just had 3,000 naira added to what they had said the last time, which was 57,000 naira. So TUC NLC actually staged a walkout after that 60,000 naira offer. Now the Vanguard newspaper: strike looms as minimum wage talks end in deadlock. I just told you about that, with the riders FG OPS at 3,000 naira to earlier offers. Labour challenges government to break down offer. I'd like to see that too. Nationwide strike appears inevitable in June. Organized labor's demand may endanger job security. OPS, that is the organized private sector. And we also have 6 things Tinubu must do to succeed. This is according to Atiku. Kano Emirates tussle, courts give conflicting orders on Sanusi's removal. And we have the Tinubu effect, 365 days on. Tinubu's bittersweet run. FG now has enough to clear debts. This is according to Wale Edun. Biafra Day, IPOB insists on May 30 sit at home in Southeast. And the 2026 WCQ Osime out of South Africa Benin Games. That's the World Cup qualifying matches. So let's see. I'll take this one from the Punch and give you a little breakdown of the things that Atiku said that could do to make things better. Tinubu's first anniversary gift: FG plans fresh cash transfer scheme for 75 million Nigerians. And this particular one, this thing was suspended, remember, Better Edo and all that. But the federal government on Tuesday said it had reinstated the suspended social investment program, and it disclosed the scheme would provide direct payments to 75 million Nigerians in 50 million households to reduce the suffering of citizens, especially the vulnerable groups. And it's going to be that the cash transfer program was overhauled to tackle fraud. Now, the Minister of Finance and the Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edu, announced this at the ministerial sectoral briefing to mark the first year in office of the President Bola Tinubu administration. You can check that out. Daily Trust has the one on Sanusi and Bayero as they cling to Kanu Emirship. You can also find that out. So let me quickly run through a couple of the things that had been said here. I mentioned that Atiku had said there are 6 things that they should take note of for Tinubu to really succeed. Now, let's run through them. The former vice president says, first, pause and reflect. It is important that the government understand what reforms must be undertaken and in what sequence. He says, secondly, undertake a comprehensive review of the 2024 budget within the new reform framework. And third, undertake a comprehensive review of the social investment program to mitigate some of the impact of these policies on the most vulnerable households. Number 4, he said Tinubu must be cautioned against any attempt to further pauperize the poor by introducing new taxes or increasing tax rates. And they said they were aware of some Clandestine things going on about plans to increase VAT rate from 7.5% to 10%, reintroduce excise on telecommunication, and increase excess rates on a range of goods. Number 5, provide clarity on the fuel subsidy regime and other things. Number 6, tackle security headlock. And that's according to former Vice President of Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar, giving 6 major points Tinubu could look at to make the administration work better from the second year. We'll be joining Rufai shortly, and we'll be taking a look at his own side of the analysis first. Then Ejiro Mukoro will join us right after that, and you will be following 0700 903 903 903 will be the number you'll be calling. I'll give you the ground rules later on, and you could send your messages also in advance to 0817 175 6338. And as I would usually say, in case I don't finish reading all the messages now, I'll take them by the second round. And also you could watch on YouTube. It's VOP 903 FM on YouTube. Good morning, Rufai.
Bless you so much. Good morning. God bless you.
How are you today?
We're pushing.
Happy May 29. Beautiful day to be alive.
Yes, sir. Happy May 29th. Reminds us of the day we came back to democracy in 1999. But, it's no longer Democracy Day because June 12th is not Democracy Day. We just hope for the best for this country. On the administration of the inauguration, it's Happy Inauguration Day, but we need to do more because a lot has not been done. I see the presidency in confusion. Maybe at this point we have to pray for Bayo Onanuga and Nigerian Galali. Two conflicting statements being released.
That the president would address the NAS, and one says it's a lie. A president is not doing anything like that.
I mean, it shows the kind of nadir the telecommunications of the presidency has slipped into. And these are people that are saying they are better than Buhari. We hardly hear this miscommunication during Buhari's time. Garba Shehu and Femi Adesina had a very good working relationship. It might not be perfect all the time, but there was some level of synergy. This is just too much for this administration.
Because it's quite embarrassing that Onanuga will say one thing and the other person will say another. President is going to be addressing the National Assembly. Oh no, nothing like that. I actually felt bad though.
So very quickly, let me react to some of the half truths they've told. Government bought newspaper pages across most top newspapers this morning, and they were advertising the things they have done. And I see a lot of lies. So let me debunk those lies. They said, number 1, economic reforms. They said 30 billion in foreign direct investment. That's a lie. Those are promissory notes. Where's the 30 billion foreign direct investment? As if money come to the economy, it's not true. It's a lie. Those are the promises they got here and there, because this government does too much propaganda. That's why you see they have a lot of, in their cabinet, people that do information. because it's they spin it. So that 30 billion foreign direct investment, tell them to prove it. It's not true. FX inflow in the first quarter amounted to 130% of the total inflows. Yes, this is true, but I'll tell you what this is the full story. The full story is that we're performing open market operations, and because of that, we were increasing our bond yields. So we are getting FX inflow, but we have to pay a lot of interest. What about 1 trillion in the bond yield? That's just it. So because of that, the so-called increase in FX inflow we are getting is also giving us a very huge debt burden in 1 trillion we're going to pay for interest rates for our bond yields. They said the CBN cleared 7 billion backlog in foreign exchange back. No, that's not true. The CBN governor said he was going to clear only the verifiable ones. There are still some that have not been verified, that have not been cleared. So that statement is not entirely true. Can you hear me?
Yeah, very well.
Yeah, so I'm still debunking. Let me debunk everything.
I'm listening.
Because they could just tell life for they could just tell life for paper. Run. Let me clear everything.
Then this strengthening
So
national security?
No. I will still get to all those places. 25,000 car conditional council wage award. They just started paying the wage award when Labour started threatening. So people should know that. 5 billion single digit interest rates, sterling bank loans. They should prove the people they give that money to. Let us see. 75 billion in manufacturing. They should prove the people they give that money to. Set up travel committee to form new minimum wage. They are still negotiating today, so they've even passed the deadline for negotiation. All right. So let's be telling ourselves the truth. 4,600 hostages released. They should prove it. When did they release those ones? 9,300 bandits. They should prove it, please. Over 48,000. They should prove it, please. Boosting agricultural production, launch dry season farming, great initiative in bilateral with the Brazilian government. And it's not them that did this, in partnership with Brazilian government.
Yeah, but they will be the people who brought them now.
2.15 million bags of fertilizer. They should forget that it's from Buhari administration, because this fertilizer was also part of the fertilizers the Memefele bought. They've been abusing and been incarcerating now, and all of that for other offenses. Is the Memefele that bought this fertilizer, so it was part of it they also gave to the farmers. 93 subsidy on agricultural input for farmers. They should prove that one. Concessionary loans, 42,000 metric tons of strategic grain reserve through the rice millers. They should prove it too, because when they announced this bringing out food from strategic grain reserve, a lot of people even said that the millers did not even have this grain in the grain reserve. So if they are just putting announcements here, they must be able to prove it. I know all of a sudden is today now that National Orientation Agency decided to work by buying newspaper. Maybe all their money, all these days, they've been saying to buy newspaper, and they are just putting things that they announce that are not true. So, my sister, we've been able to see that most of the things they announced are not true, or they have a backstory that we're able to explain. They were talking about minimum wage. Government, in fact, Labour just rejected the 60,000 naira offer of minimum wage. And they are already saying set up tripartite committee for negotiation. That's not been done yet. So, despite the the forex inflow, the naira still remains stable at 1,003. That's parallel. Parallel market, what's it called? Official market, you hardly get it there. It's the parallel market that is the real market. It's 1,520. So, as in the middle of all of this, too, they said they will be able to pass the law to change from Arrival compatriot to Nigeria. It's just a reflection of our joblessness. Is that our priority at this point in time? And why are we so concerned about the colonial old days? Events not DRC, did our national. If you want a new national anthem, you can do a new competition for a national anthem that reflects the aspirations of the new Gen Z, because they are the largest part of our population. We self population. Nigeria is a very young country. Not you go and collect the national anthem written by a British expatriate.
If they had really planned this out the way it should, maybe could flow, it could have marked part of the celebrations, in quotes, even if it's low key.
Yes, they could have done the competition leading up to it and involve everybody and do a big parade around. But they don't think now. They just go to where they've always known. So let's see. Some of the promises he made They say the FX reforms. We have not really seen anything as regards that. Some reforms came in yearly, but I just market, but they've reverted to defending the currency from floating around. So there's been policies on us on CNG gas in Egypt. They are still making the CNG bus. They announced it last year. The buses are not out yet. Maybe if they will bring some out today. Tax reforms. Taiwo Utilities Committee has not submitted the report yet. They are still there. Amendment of electricity laws. They did that one to affect Nigeria. They increased the bandage, band A, and we are not getting lights. Student loan, okay. Last minute they make good on that. The portal is open, but the taste of that is the eating. Port Harcourt refinery completed. Nah, that's mechanical completion. It's still not functional, so we can't say that's completed. Power tariff hike versus inadequate supply. That's true. Big government, small result. That's true. Calabar Coastal Highway, very controversial. They didn't even get EIA for that and all of that. So there's been so many excruciating pain for the people and all of that. Interest rate has gone up. It's been a very torturous year. Nothing really to really, celebrate and look at and all of that. There's been still a lot of controversy. Look at the Kanu situation now. A lot of controversy is still raging as regards Kanu. You can see that in one end now, the Bayero team has not going to get another court order, saying that they should remove Sanusi and all of that. So, you see, there's been a lot of back and forth, and government has not made any input as regards it.
What's the business of the federal high court or whatever in all of this?
No, those ones don't have jurisdiction. So it's obvious that some people are pulling the puppet strings in government. It's obvious that Bayero has backing. And some people in top places in government are pulling all of this. So, or if that's not the case, then we must be in a very lawless country. So, all these things, Buhari that we blame that it was very terrible, it was this, it was that. Buhari didn't have all of this. Buhari didn't have all of this back and forth. At least we didn't see two aides of Buhari fight among themselves over what is it called and all of that. So we need to be able to tell ourselves the truth. We need to be able to tell ourselves the truth. It has to be said. Professor Patutomi wrote an article. He said, "Beyond myths and illusions." And pretty much what he's still saying is that, the political class is still marked by a lot of narcissism. And these leaders are not ready to make us grow. They are just ready to pull us back. That's just what he said in the article. He said, "Value revolution driven by a vanguard passionate about personal integrity, respect for dignity and human person, the work ethic and social justice is a necessary first step. Values shape human progress. Contemporary Nigerian disposition to keep values optional speaks to why we are failing. Good news is that people are fed up, and a significant pool of good people are waiting to be led to do the next right. Nigeria may yet rise again. The truth is, are Nigerians fed up enough? I don't think Nigerians are fed up enough. Because when you still see people still defend these ignoble acts by our politicians, I don't think, as long as some Nigerians are still benefiting, they are not fed up enough. And I think as regards value, they are not ready. So yesterday I went out on a lunch date with a very good friend of mine, but I also call her my mother, because she's 2 years shy of the age of 80. She's 78. And we're talking about Nigeria. Over a very good lunch yesterday, she was telling me that when
you had to add that, Abi, over very good lunch. You had to add that.
No, it was very good lunch. I mean, very good.
Imagine me hungry like that. Now you are saying,
no, we go shop our we go shop our one of these days. So she was in University of Ibadan between the year 1967 to 1970. She graduated in 1970. And she was telling us pretty much the good old days of value, where they had laundry people that will come and make their bed. They were two in a room. Some of them will have one, some of them in final year, they have one bed to themselves in a room. They come to do their laundry.
They had meal tickets.
They have meal tickets that when they go, in fact, that even when they can't eat their meal, when they go to the cinema on Sunday night to go watch movies in town, that they will tell them to keep their meal in the oven, that they will pound yam for them, they will give them everything. They had chicken, they had this, they had that.
Look at that.
And what she kept on saying was that she can't reconcile it with the Nigeria she's seeing today. That she cannot reconcile it with the Nigeria she's seeing today. That she doesn't understand. That she says she understands it, she's at sea. And I just keep imagining, a woman like that has grandchildren now, great grandchildren soon. I mean, what will she tell her grandchildren about Nigeria?
Now the bad
And
thing
what
is,
what she came to is the fact that is the loss of value.
I wanted to say
That
the
has
bad thing
came to.
is the same people who experienced and enjoyed these things are the same people making life harder for even other people's
I mean,
children
I,
right
I
now.
mean, are the same people that are caught in condemning Peter Obi for asking for accountability. Public disclosure. Professor Wole Soyinka was part of their lecturing team then because he was a young lecturer all that time. He first lectured at the University of Ibadan. These were the people that saw the good old intellectual Nigeria. But they are the ones now saying that Peter Obi is not fit enough to be president. Are they God? Is he God in the first place? I mean, I respect him, but we need to ask questions about our conviction. So, but is the president with his own issues here and there that is fit enough to be president with all the shenanigan? Is it not in this country we had to go to Chicago to verify results? Eh? And he didn't even see, and this is a professor, he didn't see anything wrong in all of that. But he's another man he keeps on hammering on. And he says, well, because they can't control the obedience, like Obi knows all the obedience. So you see, that is part of the value system that we are looking at, that we are wondering what is going on. So because all of this is just a call for the going back to the values of integrity. There's so much to meet human need, not human greed. And these are the questions we should ask ourselves. So it's another inauguration day.
Yeah.
Are we going to keep talking about the same problems the next inauguration day? And the thing about the next inauguration, after that inauguration day, that will officially be the last year of true governance because on the third year, you start to prepare for elections in the fourth year. So you
Okay.
start to become lame duck.
Wow.
So I just hope President Tinubu is able to listen to all the cries. Yeah, and they should stop thinking people hate them. Nobody has anything against them. If he does well today, I will be the one to shout his praises to the
Yeah.
heavens.
I think Ejiro is online with us. So Ejiro, you there before he goes?
Bless you, my sister. My sister, happy inauguration day. But I just pray, make Bayern or Nuga and Ajuri not enter the same ring. I pray for both of them.
It will now be Boxing Day of Inauguration Day. It's okay now.
Attire, oh,
It's like
attire for
for all of
for
us.
Egbon Onuga and Ajuri. Egbon Onuga, call your brother now. Me una pity for each other now, beg. Make una not make this administration look funny now.
Oh
Eh?
dear.
I beg una.
All right, thank you so much, Rufai. We'll try
Bless you.
and get Ejiro connected again. I think the line is not really there. Have a beautiful day. And
But in all of this,
yeah, go ahead.
I have hope in this country. See, I'm
I
not getting
do.
that. I keep believing it's going to be. Call me a stupid optimist. That my only country. I don't think it's wrong to be optimistic, but our leaders too should be halfway. That's just it. And I believe this country will turn the corner for good.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
Yeah. Bless you.
Have a
Yeah.
beautiful day. Thank you so much. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bless you. Yeah.
All right. You're listening to 90.3 FM City of Lagos. Let's try. Okay, she can hear us. Ejiro, can you hear us? Hello, Ejiro.
Yeah, with you.
We were talking to you just now. You didn't hear
Hello, I
us.
can hear you.
You didn't hear us when we were talking with you.
There was a disconnection. There was a
Nah,
disconnection. Yes.
devil, nah, devil. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
All right. So let's
It's
go.
a dull day. It's a very dull day. I went into the streets of Nigeria because I'm very focused. I try not to overemphasize the politics in Nigeria because sometimes we overgive attention to politicians and politics than we give to the situations on ground. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm only just saying that it's also good that we also amplify and frame conversation regarding the everyday people as well. So I went into the streets and you could see a quiet deadliness us. You could see people who are disconnected. Nobody is looking excited. There was a time when May 29th or 1 year in office is marked with a lot of conversations. You see Nigerians probably drinking, laughing, gisting. All of that is dead now. So we are a people who, rather than confront the problem we're having, right, what we do is we take sides with evil that is being perpetrated on us in the name of oppression, disguised as economic reforms, disguised as political strategies, disguised as social controls. We would think that they are giving us social controls. There is no evidence so far to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that we are on the path to freedom and the mental enslavement that we currently experience. We are an enslaved people, whether we like it or not. We're so enslaved that psychologically, right, and in so many other ways, we don't know that we are experiencing what is called post-traumatic disorder. And the post-traumatic disorder on our economy and on our brand as a country and as a character of our people is such that Noah can come out to make noise on 1 year of anniversary when the goal of Noah, the National Orientation Agency, is to actually be consistently in the minds, top of the mind of the Nigerian populace, where you're branding us as a people, branding our characters, inspiring us to action. And then the fact that the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics no longer can give out open data on how poor the economic indices are with respect to lack of unemployment for several millions of Nigerian youth. That is an anomaly and it should stop. They should allow the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics to do its job. That is what it is designed for, and those data are public documents, public information, public data that should be for the Nigerian consumption. No government should be able to stifle a situation where ministries, agencies, parastatals are being gagged from doing their job as stipulated by the law. It's a situation where Nigerians must not condone, because that is the data in which we use to hold the government accountable. If we cannot hold the government accountable, then we're not doing the right thing. We cannot allow them to go scot-free, because the truth is they live in air-conditioned homes. They live in offices too, for that matter. They are from the car that they enter to the office they go to, or the places that they waka about. It's AC all through the way. Listening to good music, they go to the best restaurant, they have the best medical treatment. If they're not like Nigerian hospital, they can actually fly away. People who can order pizza with Nigeria, with an airline, Nigeria, you can imagine that level of disdain and disregard and disrespect for you as a Nigerian. So my conversation this morning is that the Nigerian people must understand that, look, you cannot sit back and watch these people do this evil unto us. We cannot. Economic reforms are not done in this manner in which they are done.
Ejo, you mentioned NOA just now, Noah, and while you were talking, I was thinking of the old new national anthem they're talking about. And once the president gives a signature, his thumbs up, it becomes backed by law and all that. I just thought, when you refer to Noah, that a lot of money will also be spent on that particular journey they've started, because Noah will start reminding people of the old new national anthem, just as they've done for the 1 year, papers everywhere, adverts everywhere. They are going to start, or they may start splashing all those things. They will run campaigns on TV, run campaigns in schools. That will be money spent on what again? Bringing back 1960 national anthem.
You know the funny thing, that national anthem is the best anthem we could ever have. Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria's call obey, to serve our fatherland with love and faith. See, this is the point I'm going to.
Wait, that's the new one you talk to. The old one is
no,
Nigeria.
The new one. Okay, that one. Okay, that one.
Nigeria, okay. We hail thee.
Nigeria, correct.
Mm-hmm.
Finish. I just want
our own dear native land, though tribes and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigeria's all I'm proud to serve, our sovereign motherland. You want me to sing 2 and 3? I know they do. And you singer. Carry on.
No, you know what? You see that did you see that the two of them, both the former, the original one, plus this one where they currently, they are quite powerful. Because in all of it, it says that we need to be people who understand that there is power in our language and our in a diversity.
And
But
our
we must rise.
fatherland, not father's land,
We
fatherland.
must rise. This is our motherland. Our motherland. Our fatherland. A situation where I have said this again and again. We must stop this idea that there are only 3 important languages in Nigeria. It is very divisive. In India, they recognize at the lingua franca spoken in India are over 22 languages. English is one of them. It is not this lingua franca number 1. It is one of them. So a situation where you can imagine largest group in Nigeria, but people do not know that. They don't know that because you have diminished the significance of those people from the Niger Delta and other tribes, for example, in Plateau, in Benue, and in the upper northern part of Nigeria. Do you understand? We must come to a point where we recognize people within these spaces and know that everybody matters. The conversation of having only 3 tribes recognized in that manner needs to change, and that's the work of National Orientation Agency. We must understand that Nigeria is more than just 3 people. Because if the Niger Delta, as it is, the Kiriti Jones, right? And go to the other part of Cross River and all of the Port Harcourt River state and all of that. These people are the ones who provide the oil that has been sustaining Nigeria for years. And you do not recognize them. What kind of injustice is that? What kind of marginalization is that? So we must get to a point where we understand that this national orientation and the education framework that we have in Nigeria that are not currently being effectively applied has to change. A situation where our history are not taught to us in a manner that should be taught to us. How do you borrow Oyibo history? Oyibo write history based on their own paradigm, based on their own eyes, their own perspective. They put them into a book for you. They give them to you. They turn them out every year. Can't we write our own history? What is wrong with ourselves? But people do all the work for us. Why don't you want to do the work?
Mongo Park discovered River Niger. Do they still teach that thing? Are they still teaching that thing?
They don't learn as small, but some people never forget that Mongo Park matter. But this is what we're saying. We need to change our narrative. Now we get the story. They said the hunter will kill animal. Now they write the story, right? Not be the animal will die. We are not dead. We are a living, breathing people. And then we must have this belief in the Nigerian consciousness. And that's my conversation too. The Nigerian consciousness. I have so loved, somebody went to my Facebook page the other day because I wrote something about how other African countries have their specific brand. So the glory of Dora Akunyili, that wonderful woman who told us that we are good people, great nation. That woman started something that nobody in the Ministry of Information has started. Maybe Nweka started something to that effect, but she was the one who was going to drive the inherent love for us as a people. We don't love ourselves. That's part of our problem. And it is politics that is dividing us along the lines of 3 languages. We must let that stop. And then we are allowing politics to divide us along the line of ethnicity. Now, what they are beginning to use is they are lying using marginalization as a tool, an economic power block of political shenanigans to try to disenfranchise us even further. Let us see through these campaigns and everything. And I've told people every time, do not believe campaign promises. There are certain campaign promises you will listen to. You will know that there's nothing inside that campaign promise. There is nothing. It will not happen. And then you look at the pedigree of the people. The moment we understand that Nigeria needs proper governance and not this recycled nonsense that we call, what was that word again? Rotational government. What's that other word they often use all the time? It has to do with rotation. About the politics. Okay, it has to go to the north, it has to go to the south, it has to go to the east, it has to go to we must stop that nonsense. It is not working for us, and we don't have to have a 2 politics state in Nigeria. We can learn from the American way that things are going now. The moment you have only a 2 politics states, you have finished the country. And we're not ready for this kind of liberal democracy. We need to redefine our own kind of democracy. We need a kind of visionary government that understands that. We need the people. How many of us, they go local government, write them petition? I knew how I had to tackle a local government chairman, not just one. In Delta State, for example, when they were abusing and taking privileges off the hands of Keke riders, I took them to the streets because I mobilized the keke drivers. How did I mobilize the keke drivers and every other indigenous in Delta states then? What I did was I gave them the tool. What is the tool? The information in the Nigerian constitution, the knowledge of their rights. This is what National Orientation Agency is supposed to be doing. We need our legal judiciary system to be functional and be very effective. We want to get to a point where our Nigerians are enabled to know that they can go to the offices of local government chairman, they can go to radio stations, they can write to radio stations and say, look, we are busy. You can write to the president, you can write to a newspaper column, and if they don't answer you, Onago begin to go there and begin to hold even the media accountable, because the media too is part of our challenge in Nigeria. Make we talk, even though we the wrong media here, make we talk so that we go begin to change this narrative. Imagine the entire newspapers where we see today. How many of them carry the public relations banner of what the president has done? These are against the reality that we have today. They do not match up. So we must come to a point where all of us need to know that it is all of us that will do this job. So our people, don't sit down. Don't say, I'm no go school. Now lie. You see that your language where you they speak for wherever you are in Nigeria. You are go gather on ourselves. There was a time when we used to gather ourselves as Nigerians. Town hall meetings, Pawaba meetings. We used to sit down together and say, community or streets, the people in the same streets, they will say, oh yeah, knock on this person's street. We are meeting today. We are going to tackle this matter. Environmental things like this, Nigerians used to be very good at just cleaning on their own. Nobody they pursue anybody. Go there today. Then they get that culture. Today our culture now 13 poverty mindset. We don't like the poverty self, the way the team be self as it be.
Me, I not like I want to leave it fast. Thank you so much, Jerome Okoro, and enjoy the day. And now Monday before we'll say again with that now.
I think it'll just be my people. Ona, thank you so very much, because I appreciate you.
Thank you.
I think I think it'll just be till Monday night will be. Yeah, thank you.
Take care.
May Nigeria work for us. May we make Nigeria work for us.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Thank you so much, Jerome Okoro, for your time this morning. Let me quickly read some messages now from YouTube. Cynthia Morigiva, you had said, good morning. Please, no sound. I don't know how that happened. If it has been taken care of. All right, thank you very much. Emmanuel Osi, Tinubu just wants to change it, talking about the national anthem, because it's OBJ that brought the national anthem. Good morning, Miss Cordelia, and greetings from ATL. Good morning, Mr. Ola Dewale. You are saying righteousness exalts a country, but deception sinks a country as well. Abuja rulers, please note that. And you said, fellow Nigerians, do you know whether the government is lying to you? But how will you know if you do not ask them questions, or have you taken a gunje from them? He's just saying that we should ask questions and shouldn't be quiet, because Nigerians, you say, apapin, I don't know what that means, will quieten them, Nigerians, because they are complicit. Long and short, Nigerians ask questions. I have your Stu Adetunde. Good morning to you. You say, good morning, the VOP family. Thanks so much for passing on knowledge, information, and education. This is a lovely media house. Thank you. I keep gaining daily as I listen to your program. Thank you very much, Adetunde. De Frankie Dixon. Wale Edu's assessment of the economy is not based on the reality being experienced by the people. The level of hunger, pain, and hardship is escalating. Government should curb insecurity and food insecurity, should curb insecurity for food security. Let me read it exactly the way you wrote it. 0700 903 903 903, the number you call in, and I'll take you as the first caller this morning. Turn down the volume on your radio set.
Hello.
Good morning. How are you?
Hello. My sister, Cordelia, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. Good morning to Rufai and Jiro. You did a nice job.
Thank you.
And then I'm calling from Labour.
Welcome, Ben.
Okay. They should give a flavor this national anthem to compose another one for us. So that we enjoy
Nigeria way.
Nigeria will help me. Nigeria will help me.
You try.
Tell Mr. President, you don't know what is actually happening in this country. It's not. I'm telling you the truth. It's not smart again. It's not active. It's not sharp. These people are using him. He's just making all these colonials overnight. They said they would distribute money to 75 million Nigerians. Can you imagine? Scam. They should stop it. We should fix this country. Let farmers go back to their farmland. We don't need things like that. You should reduce the import duty. All the things he went and put on there, you should remove his hand there. Let Nigeria work well. Let farmers go to their farmland. They are paying tax every. You should hold meeting with the governors so that all the people on the highways that are blocking trucks that they are bringing food stuff, they will remove them from the highways so that food will be very cheap. You should open land border. Mr. President doesn't even know what is happening. How much have he spent? How much has he kept to his ministers? How much has he budgeted? Since he became president the last 1 year, how much have he disbursed? And how was this spent? Let him go and do all this follow-up analysis and know what is actually happening. Nigerians are dying. We are suffering. He's not in charge. He doesn't have capacity to rule this nation. Mr. President is like a boy that wears his father's shoe oversized.
Hello? All right, I think it was 90 seconds. Okay, please take note, 90 seconds, Ben, but I got your point. Thank you very much. Good morning. Turn down the volume on your radio set. I'm talking about capacity and capability. I think our president is able, I think maybe it may just be the first year issues and so on. Or maybe, as you've said, he should rejig his team that will help to bring forth his idea. Maybe that too is very necessary. All right, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, how are you?
Yeah, fine. My name is Chukuma, calling from Elata.
Welcome, Chukuma. Go ahead.
Yes, there is something, please, I want to get your knowledge. What's happening in Imo State of Kigwe, in Hube. The army arrested all these young boys and took them to Were for almost 8 months now. My senior brother's son was involved, 17 years boy. And now, after army released them to DSS, Nowhere, they are asking them to pay 1 million naira to release that boy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yesterday they went there and they called me from village this morning. They said they should bring 700,000.
Hello? Oh, the line dropped. Oh, okay. Wow, that is hard. Well, I wish you could call back. If not now, also during the Igbo segment. We need to hear more of this, and if possible, speak with the parents too. Hello, how are you?
Good morning, Madam Cadelia.
Oh, Sifo, good morning. I've missed you. What happened to you?
Well, I think I do call, but you didn't compete, so that's just one of the reasons. But
Okay.
I don't also listen to the program for some other reasons.
No
Thank
problem.
you very much
All right, go ahead.
for your concern. Yeah, my name is Peter Usupa. I'm calling from Ikotu. Yeah, I want to comment on the first year of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Many Nigerians, including me, we are not happy with the way things are going because prices of goods are so expensive at this time. But one thing is that we should thank God for everything, for the life we are living. You see, we should see the glass as half filled instead of half empty. For there to be political stability is a plus. And of course, the continuation of democracy in Nigeria is also another plus. So we believe that from today, when we start the second tenure, the second year of this tenure, will begin to be better. At least when we talk about goods and services, the cost of goods and services in the economy. Then lastly, concerning the wage, the minimum wage, the labor, hello?
I'm listening.
Yeah, thank you. The labor should understand that whatever minimum wage they get may not be enough for the ordinary Nigerian. But they should also understand that it's not all Nigerians that are working. And it is not all Nigerians that are civil servants. And that this minimum wage, as they are trying to pay, maybe about 400 and something thousand naira, may even bring in serious inflation in the economy. So they should think twice before they engage with the government, so as not to make the whole thing boomerang on ordinary Nigerians. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good morning, madam. Good morning to you too. The federal government should be serious with NLC and TUC to agree on minimum wage that stand the present reality of the economy. The 60,000 naira the federal government is proposing cannot cannot be referred to as minimum wage. Let the federal government state how they come up with 60,000 naira. What indices did they use? Transport, housing, feeding, electricity. National Assembly are passing bill of all national anthems when there are serious issues facing Nigeria unattended to. President Tinubu not addressing Nigeria on Democracy Day. You know they've moved it to June, right? You feel it's strange? Don't worry, that's going to be in June. Okay, you feel okay. Let's not just continue with that line of thought because Democracy Day has been moved to June. What again? June, or is it June 12th or so? Yeah. So today's not Democracy Day. That's why he's not giving an address in that light. But as for his own things, maybe, maybe not. Good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Madam Cordelia. How are you this morning?
I'm very fine, thank you. Is that David? Let me guess if I'm correct.
Daniel.
Oh, sorry, Daniel. Oh, you know Daniel and David, they're not related in any way, but God knows why. Right,
good morning, my sister. How are you?
I'm very fine.
Okay. Honestly, I tried as much as I could to make sure that I get to you Monday and yesterday, but unfortunately, I couldn't get you.
But here you are.
But the reason I wanted to get you at all costs was to tell you that please, Cordelia, baby, you on your own can try and go and find out by yourself the achievement of our present president and his team by yourself, because if you are waiting for them to give you anything that they have achieved, that we are just wasting our time. I wanted to tell you to try and do as much as you can to get your own information, because the federal government have not given us anything for the past 1 year. Now, on the somebody called and was talking about labor. Is good. And we know that the increments in the salary will bring inflation, but we'll manage it. My sister.
Oh, you manage
my wife
inflation.
goes from Ethiopia to Ikeja. My sister, my wife goes from here to Ikeja every day. Do you know that in a day she spends about between 4,000 to 5,000 naira on daily basis? Now, if she was a civil servant and you are going to work, how much is that in a week, Monday to Friday? What will be her salary? So those are the things that we need to consider. So now, have you noticed that queue has become a normal thing in our filling stations now? Apart from where they're selling maybe 700, 750. Anywhere you see NNPC filling station, there must be queue. But these people told us that because once the subsidy is removed, there will be no queue, fuel everywhere. The fuel will come down because there will be market competition and all that. But today, what are we getting?
Oh, 90 seconds, but I got you, Daniel. Thank you very much. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Oh,
hello, good morning.
Yes, morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
My
What's
name is
your name?
Iskil Ismail. How are you doing, Cordelia?
I'm very fine, thank you. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Egbeda, Lagos.
Welcome.
You see approval breaking news on daily basis that I couldn't count them again. I was just like, these approvals and this breaking news, what have they translated to in our lives as people? Our common and personal economy has been upset. The whole situation of Nigerian welfare and security has been returned to Golgotha, crucified, and no hope of restoration. I really don't understand where we're going here. But my belief is that for somebody who really had the principle of democracy in mind, the people, the stakeholders in democracy are the people. If they have us in mind, there is still opportunity to review and renew. There's something we call dynamic risk assessment. Nigerians have been exposed to hazardous risk. They need to reassess as government and come back and say the people and listen to what people are saying. People are saying the purchasing power is low. People are saying cost of living is high. And people are saying that the take home of people is no longer taking them home. They should review this and let people smile.
Thank you very much. 90 seconds there. Thank you so much for your call. Let's quickly read some messages now from YouTube still. I have to do the ones as much as I can on YouTube, because after this broadcast, I can get access to them. But the WhatsApp ones, anyone pending, I'll take from about 10:30, any pending one. I have yours, Manfam. You're saying, good morning. I've not seen where students call himself. Even in law, you can be the law and the judge at the same time. We have entered one chance, 75 million Nigerians out of 200 million. Well, they say have Jobalulu. Another money seem what they try, and it doesn't work. Go back to the same old story. We're deceiving ourselves, and we, the people, are handicapped. Our youth are running away. And your next, Oga 404. Good morning. After you go greet me, Queen finish, you can't write some kind things like that. Well, I'm trying to scroll up there now to read some of the messages on YouTube. Okay, I'll come back to that. Let's take this one. Good morning. Hello. Okay, discontinue. Good morning, good people of the press. Are we a serious nation? How can 3 different courts in Kano give 3 different injunctions? The judiciary is confused. The executives are confused. The security agencies are confused. Even we, the ordinary citizens, are also confused. Where do we go from here? Martin Zuru, aka Mayor from Ikoto Egbe. We go to a place where confusion can be removed. Why not? If not, I got yours, Leo from Lagos. Good morning. FD plans fresh transfer to 75 million Nigerians, and the transfer is APC new strategy to buy votes for 2027. That's what you think? Maybe, maybe not. Let's take yours. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is Mazi from Germany.
Welcome. Good morning. We must greet that way every morning. No, make sure you tell me good morning.
Good morning. Wie geht's Ihnen? How are you doing? Cordelia, God bless you. Doing good work.
You too. Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
Woman, beautiful voice.
Oh, thank you.
1 year, Chief Tinubu in office, Nigerians should ask themselves, compare and and contrast. How were they living last year under Buhari, and how are they living today? Simple and short and simple. They should compare last year before Tinubu and today, if their lifestyle have changed for better or for worse. Then our sister was talking about Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani, all this in Nigeria. The issue, I've been saying this, nobody should be called minority in his own country, in his own town. We should come together, because this Nigeria that British forced us together is not working. We should come together and rearrange it, make it work for us if we want to make it through. Because you cannot tell me that a job that is almost 10 million people are called minority in their country. Ishekiri, Soko, more than 1 million people. While here in Europe, you have countries that has only 30,000, 40,000. Luxembourg is 640,000. Luxembourg, the richest country in Europe, is 640,000 people. And a job with 10 million, TV with almost 5 million, they are called minorities. Isoko, Ishekiri with 1 million plus, they are called minorities. We must come together and discuss this. Otherwise, we are going nowhere. My sister Cordelia, can husband and wife live together without agreeing, without without saying we want to live together, we love ourselves, let us live it together? They're going to be having problems every day.
All right, Mazi, 90 seconds. Oh, God bless you. Thank you so much. Thanks for the compliments and all that. Etitok attacks from YouTube. Compatriot Nigerians, it's high time we tell our leaders to allow the poor in this God's-given country to breathe. We need proper governance and visionary leaders. Ogafo, for you saying, Ejiro, you and Rufai can't change anything in Nigeria. And you even went on to say who we be. We can't change anything. That is the thing, That is the thing. The people who change situations in other parts of the world, they do not have 7 heads. You mustn't be in politics. You mustn't be rich to make a change. When the people who feel oppressed come together, they can make a change. Ogafofo, don't give up like that, right? Ibechuku, up till now, people cannot accept that Nigeria is not for anybody. It's for me. Nigeria is my country. People flourish through value system, not Ibe, I think you should edit what you've sent here because I really don't get it. So reading it is a bit difficult for me. A little editing will help me. Hello, how are you? Good morning. Hello, I picked your call. Can you hear me? All right, you called back. I picked your call, but obviously you couldn't hear me. The 90th anniversary of the APC in government at the federal is a monumental failure. Every indices, ranging from fuel price rise, insecurity, dilapidated infrastructures, high cost of drugs and medical care, high cost of food items, all indicates that Nigerians are poorer and worse off than in 2015 before the APC took over power. Synergy among government at all levels and elimination of corruption and moving from consumption to production will help improve our nation. May God help and heal our land. Franco Nero from the U.S. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
I turned down the volume on the radio. Good morning. How are you? What's your name?
Ikan, calling you from the Solo Kingdom.
Welcome, Ikan. Our saying for the day.
Very the
true.
truth remains forever. A liar is a man with a very short memory.
Wait, the truth remains forever. A liar is a man with very short memory. That means he will say one thing today, by tomorrow he would have forgotten and he will say another. But the truth remains constant. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yes. About some weeks ago, the Tinubu said that those people who are the enemy of the nation, they will punish them severely. And I want to say that there are 3 institutions that is enemy to this nation. Number 1, if somebody is suffering from stomach pain, and now you now bring a pouch medicine to come and give that person, which is APC, that is number 1 enemy of this nation. The judiciary is number 2. Number 3 is the INEC. He should punish those people because they are the people that put Nigeria into this situation. Why am I saying this? Look at what is happening in Kano. Federal High Court giving a judgment today. The other one gives another judgment. Another one gives another judgment. Just to make sure that there is confusion in the land. This is too sad. 1 year in office. Today is 1 year of Tinubu. Can we really say that this is what he has done? You can see what Rufai came to, all what they have lies, because they are all liars and they are people with very short memory. They have forgotten how they come into power. They have forgotten the lies they tell Nigeria. They have forgotten all what they promised because they think we don't keep records, or they think because we don't know what we are doing. But God is watching.
Amen. It's 90 seconds already, but I don't think it's right to say they're all liars. They may just be speaking the truth as they know it. So I don't think we should say they are all liars.
But the fact, because
you understand what I'm saying.
You always say that.
You understand what I'm saying. I understand
you.
Yes. Please.
I got to.
It went off? Okay. But thank you for understanding what I mean, and thank you all for understanding what I mean. Thank you so much. It makes the communication a lot better, and let me not use the other word I almost used. Ayotech, Prince Ayotech from Arena Market. Good morning. Federal government is toiling with labor. Does it mean that they don't know how bad the economy is? 1 year in office is 1 year of continuous suffering, pains, and agony. They promise Nigerians renewed hope and are inflicting pains in the lives of the masses. Please, if Mr. President begins to count his achievements, let him also mention the number of people that are murdered in cold blood under his watch. His major priority should be how to better the lives of people by subsidizing the price of food and beverages instead of talking about national anthem, which has no meaning in the lives of Nigerians. Please let Mr. President release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Prince Ayotech from Arena Market. Hello, good. Okay, it dropped. You can call us back. Ratev Media, you saying best thing to share for humanity is love. The moment you share it, others follow. If politicians can genuinely share love to Nigerians, automatically our problems would have been solved by 80%. Good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, how are you? What's your name?
Yeah, I called before. My name is Chukuma.
All right, Chukuma. Okay, go ahead.
I was trying to tell you what is happening in Imo State. The army come into the town and arrest the youth and carry them to
I heard that part. You were saying that they told the parents of the boy to pay 700,000 naira.
Yes,
that is you say it's DSS. Is with the DSS now? That's what you said.
Yes.
So what is it? What is the way forward now? What are you saying? You just want us to hear this to do something, or what exactly can be done?
And what I'm saying is that it's bad that the boy did not do anything, and they just carried him since 8 months now. The mother went there yesterday.
8 months.
And yes, 8 months now. And
17.
they say she paid 700,000 to release him.
Okay.
Well, Army has released him. TSS told him.
Chukuma, can we do something? Can you organize for the parents to call at that would be maybe at about 9 or so when they start taking calls on the Igbo segment, and also share with the audience there too, so they will know, because somehow in quotes they are kind of closer to home too, in quotes. Can you try that? Can you work that out too?
Okay,
please. I'll be looking forward to you doing that. Adigbo and Tohansen will also follow that up with the relevant powers that be in that part too, right?
Hello.
As I answered you, I said Tohansen and Adigbo will also do the necessary things where possible to also help too. So make sure you try and call in at that point too. Yeah?
Okay.
Thank you, and all the best to you and your family. But that is a horrible thing. We'll also add our voice to that cry too. Hello, good morning.
Dear Madam Speaker.
Oh my God. This is Remy without the Martins.
That's your boy. That's your boy. I hope that brother and their family get over these horrific things. I mean, come on. Look, after over 20 years of the return of democracy, we are still here. And that is why I keep asking, why is it that the past of Nigeria is always better than its present? Now, it's 1 year on of this administration, Renew Hope they call it. Nigerians themselves, in Nigeria, outside Nigeria, can judge if their hope has indeed been renewed or they further been plunged into agony. Look, the social justice that is lacking in all aspects of our society is baffling. No employer, no investors will come and invest in a country where judicial system is conflicting, contradicting. Look at Kano. I'm really worried and sorry for the people of that state. Lastly, the 75 million people who have been mapped out to receive this so-called cash transfer. I think the government should take a bold step. Let's have a legal framework that we put together a social security measure which will consistently help the needy, not this periodic handout which will only benefit a lot of politicians and their friends. Thank you.
Thank you, and have a beautiful day too. Let's move over now to WhatsApp. I have your message. Kesio Noha from Ojo Alaba. Good morning to you. Tinubu's 1 year in office doesn't come with celebration. Nothing to celebrate. You saying here? You said he met a bag of of rice, 30,000 naira, and under him now is 85,000 naira. Gary was 1.2. Right now is 3.5. Tinubu took over. You could walk into a restaurant and feed well with 500 naira. Today with 3,000 naira, you can't feed well. He met a little fuel at 350 under Tinubu. A little fare is now like 900 naira. Before now, you take a bus from Alaba to Mile 200 under Tinubu now is Mile 2 is 500 naira. Dollar was 600 naira. Right now it's 2,500. Is it up to 2,500? No. It's about 1,3 something, right? Yep. And under Tinubu, many Nigerians are okay. You say BP is killing Nigerians, people are running mad and all that. You say let us stop here. It's your last line. Even you, Casey Onoha, if you sit here, will you be able to read this thing that you wrote here about the people that brought this government into power? You go read them. Oh God. Let's take your call. Hello, good morning. All right.
Hello.
You turned down the volume on the radio set. Good morning. How are you? What's your name?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Okay. I'm hearing you, but you were not hearing me. My name is Peter Monse from Shomolu.
You see, I called your name. I'm getting used to it small.
Kodebi, are you hearing me?
I can hear you very well. Can you hear me? All right. Okay. Listen via the radio. Let me let you know that I can hear you very well. When you call, maybe when you just say hello, good morning, imagine I've responded and you just carry on. Hello, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Madam Fabiola. This is Joshua.
Good morning, Joshua. How are you today?
I'm fine, Madam Fabiola. And you?
I'm very well. Oh, we're doing May 29. Carry on.
May 29, but you know, say I will always repeat what I always repeat. Until we have a new constitution that everyone will sit down and write together and then we agree on it. I so much thank our sister and our brother too, Rufai and sister Ejiro. You see, it's just like a man living in his father's house. You are calling him a bastard. They will tell you to show him his father. That is just the truth of the matter. See, like they are. A man always call and he said that APC are taking Nigeria back to 20 years. They are taking us, not even 20 years, they are taking us back to colonial rule. And that's why they are going back to the old national item. What can we say about that? They don't have anything to talk about. Bandits is taking 300 people, 200 people every day to the bush. They cannot sit down and bring a law that will stop insecurity. They are talking about national item. What good does it do for Nigeria? I think it is a time to say until we agree together, to live together, until we agree together and tell ourselves the truth. I think nothing more than that. I don't think any good thing will come out of the future.
Thank you.
That is just the truth.
All right, Joshua, thank you very much. Enjoy your day. Ambrose Aka, former President Muhammad Buhari as a military head of state said, and I quote, "Society is a reflection of its leadership," unquote. And to that I say, here. Hello, good morning. Hello. Good morning. Yes, good morning. Yeah, welcome. What's your name?
My name is Afon Adam. I'm calling from Edimu.
Welcome. Go ahead.
My own contribution says today is a special day for Nigeria Democrats for 25 years. I don't know the reason why our president is supposed to address us today, because today is democracy 25 years. Any person where they don't reach 25 years is adult. It's not picking again. It's not the baby again. So let him address us. No, we know another before now to next May 29. May we know where we are going to. So he's supposed to address us. So this is where he now address us. I know. So for person like me, I don't like it.
But you know they moved Democracy Day to June 12th.
Right? Okay, they moved. We know that they moved democracy to June 12th. But that today is important. That June 12th is for monument.
Okay, I'm sure.
For celebration. For today, supposed to address us. Let's call a spell.
Okay, let's. Okay, let's wait and see. I think he may just. We'll keep watching. From Mazi Ugochukwu, a.k.a. Elder General Isheri Oshun. 1 year celebration of sycophancy. I think it's high time we developed better thinking. Mr. President ought to focus on changing underperforming staff. Food items are in serious high price now. Scary, right? Good morning to you too. You see, enjoying the program. Please, I called yesterday and someone asked of my contact to reach me. Please help Mr. Polinos from his. Please help me, Mr. Polinos from Isolo, the man that had an accident. Biodu, that is it there. Yeah, you just take it and forward to Didai. Didai was the one who was asking. Okay, let's take this one while you're getting that set. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you? What's your name?
This is Uda from Isono.
Welcome. Go ahead.
The old national anthem, can they bring the right where they say that time, according to my father, 20 naira back to this thing as a bombing old national anthem? Can they do that?
Are you asking me or is it a rhetorical question?
No, because instead of them to make Nigeria happy, they don't bring food for Nigeria. What's that one mean? And secondly, that's your case, that lady, God will bless her. Because this Niger Delta, and I didn't produce, they say 3 ethnic groups. That thing they make me annoyed, even when I was a small boy. How come people when they bring food for Nigeria, they say 3 ethnic groups? It's very, very bad. This democracy, why they don't allow June 12? Are they paying Abiola family salary? As they say, they carry this today on what of do for Nigeria, but make same target. That go on June 12. That's my conclusion. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Cordelia.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
I'm very well. Thank you. And this from Spain.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. This is Renali coming from Spain.
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, just okay, Cordelia, there's a lot to talk about. Let me just say, because I have only 90 minutes, right?
90 seconds.
Only 90 minutes. In 90 seconds, okay.
Yes.
Okay, let me just touch on, first of all, let me just touch on Buhari. Comment. Please, I want to tell Buhari, let him leave us alone. Let him forget about us. Let him leave us alone. Forget about his advice. That's keep his advice for himself. Then on this house, I don't know what they really want. I think it's time we just send these people out of that place, flog them out of that place. Can you imagine that they said in a northern side, what farmers pay terrorists to enter to even have access to their farm.
Yeah.
These people have not talked about these things. What they are after is what they want. I don't know what these people really want. They should leave us. Forget about. They should focus on their problem. I don't know what the kind of people pick to represent us here. Let me just say, because of my 90 minutes. Please, I'm here in Europe. In 100 I think 1 year of this thing, ambassador of it's Tinubu. My this thing was even yesterday I was thinking maybe it may change because of the way you do it in Europe. It may change and they just come tomorrow, like today I said Nigeria. Thank you for the opportunity. Please, I have resigned. Come for another election. That is how we do it in Europe. When things are not working, the president will just come for another election and they resign. That's the thing. I don't know what he would just let him know. So any story apart from just telling people that they not appreciate them, they should forget about it.
All
Please,
right.
to round up, this guy that called up for Pimo, what's happening anymore?
Yeah.
Please, Cordelia,
Yes.
a lot of things are happening anymore that the press people hardly reports. Under the watch of Hope Musadima, a lot of things are happening anymore. Please, they should try and take that guy serious.
Yeah, of
please.
course.
On the Ningi, please, this house should please let me run. House should this Senate should beg Ningi, asking for forgiveness for what they did to him. And not only say that they have welcome Ningi, they should pay that for. Let me. So are you hearing me?
Yeah, but no, we didn't touch it. Actually, the line went off by itself. Actually, but I got you. And yes, the one about Imo State, Adigbo, and Tohansen, they will still speak with the person, and they have the deeper connection in that region. We'll also do what we can too, because it's a crucial thing, it's a bad thing that is happening. Thank you so much for your call, Priscilla Newman. I got you on YouTube. I'm not surprised that our assembly members have deliberated and passed the bill on restoring the old national anthem. The other problems plaguing the country, they have no solution to them. That is the comment that you send there. Harry Ogada from Palm Grove. Obi talked and they attacked him. Atiku talked and they abused him. Obi talked, he was called names. And now Obasanjo, they want to stone him. I don't know what they will do when God talks. Nigeria has entered second chance. May God rescue us in Jesus' name. And I say amen to your prayers. Good morning, William Esha from Ishere Oshun. Good morning to you too. Let our selfish, lazy, and greedy politicians know that we don't need old national anthem. What we need are old petrol pump price, old dollar foreign exchange rates, old foodstuff price, old electricity tariffs, old ways of life when human life was valued, and sound value system. Thank you and your station for giving us a voice. William Esha. Thank you. Good morning. Hello?
Good morning, Madam Cordelia.
Oh, Port Harcourt boy. Port Harcourt boy, what's your real name? What's your real name? Tell me.
Cordelia, I was listening to the news yesterday.
Port Harcourt boy, I said, what to be your real name? What to be your real name?
Efyong Ubong.
Efyong. Okay, go ahead. All right, go ahead.
I listened to the news yesterday. When I watched the news when the press go meet Debunks for interview. Why was he running? Why even they avoid them if truly they don't do something for this 1 year?
No, they had to attend to other matters.
But I continue leave those things. So those they know themselves. They know say they never achieve anything for this 1 year. No tangible thing where people point out and say yes, other than lies. Then for the NLC they protest or they fight for minimum wage of 400 and something thousand. What about those people? What is the percentage of people where they work under federal government parastatals? What about those people where they do like normal laborer job? How this their dream won't take affect those people's life?
You know, the madam that was with us, Madam Fumi says, she said something that I actually bought into. She said, by the time we have better buying powers, not just the civil service, private and all that, because it involves the private sector too, that it will trickle down, it will affect everybody too. You get? Oh, the line went up. But I'm sure you got what I say there. Peter from Germany, good morning to you too. Mr. Tinubu's administration can be likened to a coup d'etat. The governance under Mr. Tinubu has led Nigerians into such severe impoverishment that rectifying these anomalies may require a century. This period marks one of the most detrimental occurrences in the annals of Nigeria. This 1 year is just a year of hopelessness. And I think I should say at this point, for those who support this or that side, I think whatever the comments people are making out or are making right now should be something that could be used also like public, how do they call it? It's not public vote now. You are checking the pulse of the public, of the people themselves. And with that, you should be able to do something instead of getting upset or this or that. Do something as we hear the people talk directly to us and through us. Hello, good morning. I have time for just one more call. Good morning, your name? Hello, it went off, so I'll just read some more messages and the team they've come in. Good morning. Tinubu's 1 year in office is worse than Buhari's 8 years as president of Nigeria. Mr. Bokasin from Aburu Iyano Paja. I have some more messages here. I'll be reading them when I come back at 10:30, and then we'll be having as our guest the DG of the National Film and Video Censors Board, Dr. Rufai Oseni, and we'll be looking at that sector and we'll share some of the concerns people have. We'll look at the ritual money and this and that, because there was something that was said recently about that particular thing, rituals, smoking, and so on. Will clear a lot of things. So make sure you be a part of it. Okay, what time? Okay, I have 30 seconds to read a couple more. Adaku from Igondo. They shift Democracy Day to June 12th. Then why did he take power by May 29th day? I'm just confused, or they are just confused. Either way, confusion is in the midst. Iskil Egbeda in Lagos. You're saying, where are we as a people on all these super achievements of you said something in Yoruba, I can't read it, I don't understand it. Where is our purchasing power? Where is our inflation? Where is our ease of doing business? Where are our tax relief, or is our tax relief in the burden of overtaxation? Where is our ease of movement of goods and services? Where is our price of things going up and coming not down. And you said something in Yoruba. I really cannot tie all these assigned achievements to the life of Nigeria pre-May 29, 2023. The renewed hope PEEP has increased the sorrow, poverty, hopelessness of majority of Nigerians. They have in the last 1 year upset our common and personal economy to a point of almost no return. They have failed in the real essence of governance, no welfare, no security. Iskel from Egbeda, Lagos. Good morning, Adigbo. How are you? You are franking your face. Why?
Good morning, Cordelia.
So
happy Democracy Day.
You pack democracy here. Oh my God.
Yes, we are waiting for June 12th. So that we'll do the
real party.
Yes. As it is now, many Nigerians are complaining since 1999 that we started democracy. What have you achieved?
It feels like crazy demonstration of democracy. I'm not the one who sang it.
And now Labour, their meeting also ended deadlock. No agreement yet. And you know
no
one thing about it.
Today.
Do you know one thing about this Labour FG stuff? FG just added 3,000 to make it 60,000.
Wait, now tomatoes are the price. Tomatoes are
Labour now removed 3,000 from their own, from 497 to 493.
They're not trying.
Very soon they will be removing 5 naira to 2 naira.
No problem.
It's crayfish that they are pricing.
Meanwhile, as I mentioned tomatoes, part of the problem with this tomato price we're having now, they say there's something called Ebola.
Ebola. When last did you buy tomatoes?
My sister, the one I buy, I use them as decoration for house.
No fact what they chop now. I know they need tomatoes now.
I use them as that there is a problem. There is tomatoes Ebola. And Caterpillar also did its own too. So problem. They are trying to solve it. Meanwhile, please, there is this guy.
I just pray that they will solve it fast.
Amen. Was it Chukuma? Right, called. I was talking about something with DSS and the soldiers. The soldiers had arrested some people 7 months now. His 17-year-old nephew, part of the people. And the soldiers eventually released them. Gave them to DSS. DSS is asking for money. They first asked for 1 million, eventually came down to 700,000. I told him to try calling to your show too, so that you guys can really see what you can do. It's happening in Imo State. The things I hear from that Imo State, plenty.
Plenty of many things. They said they can't wait for the remaining 3 years to be over.
What do you have for us today, Jerry?
Plenty, Rishi. We look at the 25 years of democracy in Nigeria. We have a political analyst, Barrister Darlington, who link him up to tell us how far have we gone. Have we done well? Somebody where they born for 25 years ago, no be small picking again now.
Our people say he made for goat be already great grandmother already.
That's how you be.
To handsome, which one they touch your baby? Now democracy they do you are waiting.
No, inauguration.
I beg I go. I'm Cordelia. I'll see you at 10:30. Abiodun Ojedeji. I got it. Abiodun Ojedeji. I try, Abi. Thank you so much. See you.
You are tuned to this week's #1 sugar dial. Home soccer people. 90.3 FM. Leaders.
Are you looking for the perfect getaway?
Look no further than the luxurious accommodations at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel.